My 41M wife, 43F, openly has a least favorite child. Can't deal with her. We've been married for around 13 years and have 3 daughters, ages 11, 8, and 6. Our oldest is 11 and has a mild form of autism, what used to be called Asperger's. She's a very easygoing kid. She does what she's asked when she's asked, rarely asks for anything, and is content in her own bubble. She's introverted and has the most in common with her mom. She's homeschooled, like her mom was, and really thrives in that setup. Our youngest, who is 6, has high-needs autism. She attends year-round special education and is an elopement risk. It's a full-time stress and struggle, but she's also a sweet and affectionate child. Our middle daughter, age 8, is something else entirely. She's neurotypical and, by her own request, goes to public school. I don't know where she gets it from, but she turns everything into a negotiation and will argue to the end. She constantly wants something bought for her, done for her, or to be taken somewhere. If you tell her she can pick one thing at the store, she'll pick 3 and try to make you feel guilty for saying no. She's extremely extroverted, always with friends or at someone's house in the neighborhood. Anytime she has her iPad, she'll FaceTime her best friend from school and could stay on the call for hours if we let her. My wife tried to homeschool her too, but the constant arguing and negotiating made it impossible. She begged to go to public school, just finished her first year, and absolutely loved it. She also enjoys pushing her older sister's buttons and getting a reaction. The interesting part is that when she's at school or with friends' parents, she gets glowing reports. No issues, no complaints. And when I'm parenting solo while my wife is away, things tend to go more smoothly. I'm more direct, I don't negotiate, and I don't offer second chances. It's not about being harsh, but if you give her an inch, she'll take a mile. When both of us are home, the dynamic shifts. My wife often gets drawn into long verbal battles with her, takes the disobedience personally, and eventually calls me in once it's already escalated. By then, our daughter is past the point of reasoning. No consequence or logical redirection seems to work. It could start with something as small as, time to brush your teeth, and spiral into a full meltdown because she decides she wants a snack instead. Even after I've diffused the situation and moved on, my wife sometimes brings it back up minutes later with a comment like, "I can't believe you." It feels like she's trying to win the argument after the fact. When our middle daughter went camping with her best friend for the 4th of July, my wife came through the door afterward and yelled, "Middle is gone." She frequently makes indirect comments implying that our middle daughter is difficult or always causing problems. I can't help but feel like that kind of labeling only makes things worse. When I offer gentle suggestions, my wife often shuts them down. She'll say things like, "You don't know what she does to me," or, "She behaves better for you because you're not with her as much." Has anyone else dealt with a dynamic like this between a parent and child, or between co-parents, and found any strategies that help reset the relationship? Too long did not read. My wife really struggles with our middle child, who is strong-willed and argumentative. She does better for me and in other environments, but things often escalate when the two of them interact at home. Your wife openly celebrates when your 8-year-old leaves, and that's emotional rejection, not just struggling. Kids aren't stupid, she knows when she's not wanted, which probably fuels the acting out. Your daughter gets glowing reports everywhere else, so this isn't a problem child, it's a parenting mismatch. Your wife is losing power struggles with an 8-year-old and blaming the kid instead of fixing her approach. That little girl is watching mom reject her daily and internalizing that she's fundamentally flawed. You need to step up and protect her before this damages her permanently. If the only attention a kid gets is negative attention when they misbehave, they'll act out because even negative attention from a parent is better than no attention at all. My guess is that your wife is so focused on the other two that she doesn't pay your middle child any attention unless she's misbehaving. So she's going to get even more misbehavior. This really sucks. It sounds like your wife is taking it personally, and that's part of the problem. Your 8-year-old is, well, 8 years old. It's normal to test boundaries and push back against parents. It's the parent's job to teach the child what kinds of behaviors are accepted and which are out of line. You can do that without considering the child bad. The child is still learning. Would your wife be receptive to a book on parenting? I wonder if there's not a really circular dynamic going on here. Your wife really connects with the oldest and youngest, and the middle sees that. The mom bond is really important, and if middle sees that she isn't getting the love and attention that her siblings get, she's going to try and get it in other ways. Your wife needs to own this and really be better. Get her into a parenting class and get some help. Is it possible your middle daughter is acting out because she feels like a glass child? Having 2 kids with higher needs might have led to a little unintentional neglect that she is now projecting. So, as autism is hereditary, which parent is autistic? My 24F boyfriend 23M and I are arguing over birth control. How can I see his perspective? So quick backstory: I got my IUD a while ago, around the first month my boyfriend and I started talking. He even came to the appointment. He's mentioned his dislike for it in the past due to it being uncomfortable at times, but when I did ask if it's okay he says it's fine. Fast forward about 7 months later into our relationship, he brings up a bet and says, if I stop smoking for the rest of the year you have to take out your IUD. I definitely hesitated at first and told him that I don't know about that because in my mind we are nowhere in a position to put ourselves at risk to potentially have kids. We're still getting our careers together, and neither of us have our own place. He took offense to my hesitation and started being petty, saying that I made this decision of getting an IUD without him getting a say-so. He also said that he's going to go ahead and adopt a son because that's his decision and I don't get a say-so. And then he also brought up this analogy saying that if he were to get his testicles removed, and if that's his decision I won't get a say-so because he sees this as the equivalent to me getting my IUD. Overall, in his mind he told me that it's the principle of everything, and that he didn't get to make a decision on my IUD. I guess what I'm really confused on is when I first got my IUD, he didn't complain about it too much and he did express the poking at times, but that was all. During our argument, I asked him if this was the overall issue, because if so I have no problem going to the OBGYN and getting them cut down, and he still insisted that it's not the issue. The issue to him is the principle. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm doing our relationship a favor by staying protected until we're prepared and ready to potentially risk bringing a child into this world, and he says he didn't ask for any of that. During my initial hesitation, I told him that I don't know because I want to be prepared, and he told me that I sounded unconfident and not wife material as I was explaining how I like to plan things and strategize before making a decision. But what's so bad about waiting to live with instability and then wanting to act upon the goals I have? He also mentioned that we both can't be dominant in this relationship. I can admit that I didn't blindly follow him once he told me to take out the IUD, and I think because it was his idea of wanting to remove it, then he should have been the one to lead the conversation for us to come together and think of solutions. I think the whole argument could have simply been avoided if he noticed once I hesitated. He could have said he has a plan and just gave me reassurance, since me getting the IUD removed is his idea, again. Once I expressed this, he said he got petty because I didn't trust him to have a plan once I get it removed. I'm not a mind reader, and there's no action being done that I can visually rely on to make me have that sense of security. But he still got upset with me for having the hesitation. Sorry if this is confusing, I'm honestly confused myself. But what is it that I'm not seeing, and am I missing something? We're on the verge of breaking up over this and got in the most heated argument we've ever had. Thanks. For real? I'd break up with him over this. This is absolutely insane. He sounds like an asshole and a control freak. Get out while you still can. Run. Please just break up with him and move on. My heart stopped when I read, if I stop smoking then you need to take out your IUD. Nobody who respects you would try and have this much control over your health decisions in your body. He is definitely just trying to baby trap you. I know it might be hard, but you will look back months or years later at this and know it was 100% the right decision. You shouldn't put yourself at risk of getting pregnant by someone who's this fucking stupid. Yeah, no. He's trying to control you and maybe even baby trap you. Don't fall for it. He is offended he didn't have a say in your personal medical decisions? Your body, your choice. This is an insane argument. I truly believe he wants to baby trap you, and if not that he feels alarmingly entitled to control over your body. 7 months is not that long, and this is a truly massive red flag. Please, for the sake of women everywhere, break up with him over this. You don't need a dominant in a relationship, you need partnership. He can try adopt solo in the smoke-smelling shoebox he can rent on his own. Him removing his testicles would be doing the world a favor. Boyfriend, 33M, literally refuses to help me, 26F, with dishes after I cook for us both. I'm probably gonna sound petty, but I'm genuinely losing my mind here, lol. Like I'll spend an hour making us dinner, we'll eat together, and then my boyfriend just leaves and goes to play video games while I'm stuck scrubbing pots and pans like some kind of kitchen servant. It's been going on for months and I brought it up multiple times, but he always has some excuse. He says he'll do it later. Spoiler. He never does, or women have been doing this for longer, which is just, no. Honestly, I'm getting so over it that I'm low-key considering just getting my own place where at least then I'd only have to deal with my own mess, you know? Am I being dramatic, or is this actually as annoying as it feels? Like, basic partnership means helping with chores, right? Get him out of your life ASAP. Don't settle for this. Stop cooking for him, for God's sake. You're not petty, he's lazy and ungrateful. If my partner cooks for me, I clean up the mess no matter how much it is, no questions or complaints. I'm grateful that she cooked for us. Your boyfriend isn't a partner, he's a man-child. He thinks it's a woman's job, so if you stay, you'll always be doing the cooking and cleaning. Even if you stay together but move out, He'll just come over to yours to eat and fuck then leave. Please, I beg you, raise your standards. You're 26, why are you throwing your life away for this loser? Girl, you deserve better. Get yourself a partner, right now you have an infant. Boyfriend, 27M, lied about his all-boys trip to me, 27F. My boyfriend, 27M, let's call him Patrick, and I, 26F, have been dating for 2 years now. We met at work, starting dating in secret, and fell in love. The job was toxic, so we both quit about 1.5 years ago, and since then, he's moved back home about an hour away. It's been tough, but because I love him so much and it's been, overall, good for him, and his family is the best, I've made it work dating someone who is living at home. I stay here for weeks on end sometimes, working from home and hanging with the whole family. I'm truly blessed to have them all in my life since my own family lives so far away. Now here comes something I'm not feeling so truly blessed about this morning. Last night, while making dinner together, Patrick was on his phone pretty closely. Like couldn't have a conversation without him taking 5 business days to respond to me because he was texting. A pet peeve of mine, but whatever, you gotta pick your battles sometimes. I went on with the night like this, it bugging me but just too tired from a long day myself to really address it. We had a nice evening, went to bed, I kinda forgot about it. This morning, I washed my hair and decide to watch something on his laptop with my noise-canceling AirPods in while I dry it with my loud blowdryer. I open it, and up comes his messages. I'm ashamed to say it, but I have a poke to see just what was going on to make him stare at his phone so intently all night. It's his boys' group chat, and it's concerning a boys' trip they have planned a few weekends from now. Something I've known about, fine, go do your thing. It's always been advertised to me as a boys' trip, when he's really excited to go on and just hang with the boys, go golfing, bars, etc. But as I look at what they've been talking about, it dawns on me that this isn't a boys' trip, it's one for the boys and each of their girlfriends. Even one of the girls that was invited isn't a GF, but instead someone the guy just met but wants to bring along. I know all of them pretty well, and we've always gotten along well. So yeah, hurt my feelings a bit I wasn't even thought of. More so, my boyfriend never mentioned me at all, just talking about how excited he is to hang out with all the girlfriends. My feelings are hurt, I feel anger, but now it's turned into something more like ick. Why would you be immature like this? In need of advice and your takes please. You've been together for 2 years and you didn't make the group trip cut? Girl, this is so not cool of him. He lied and told you it was just the boys? Sounds like he didn't want you to come. Do with that info what you will. I would definitely confront him about what you found. So, wait a minute. If all of the other guys are bringing their girlfriends, he's just going to go solo? Or is he taking somebody else? Either way, this does not sound good. No girl, you wait until the day before the trip. Upside down face, say your piece. Let him go on it feeling like shit. Because he deserves it. While he's gone, pack up and leave. If you mention it now, what's it gonna do? An afterthought invite? Fuck no. You deserve better and he doesn't want you there. I'm in a petty mood right now. Rolling on the floor laughing. Who's gonna tell her? Patrick is going on the trip with his GF. So they're having a cheating outing? There is no hope here. I would leave the situation ASAP. He is serial cheater. My friend is a therapist 40 years and says she makes more progress with psychopaths developing empathy. She told me she has never seen a serial cheater stop. What I personally have seen with a cheating father is they lie, manipulate and gaslight. They also feel entitled as men to do these things. This means he's bringing someone else with him. Dump him now. Open mouth face, pouting, pouting, pouting.